friends, Dr. Ramadevi Papalu here, your fertility specialist. Today I am going to talk about repeated abortions or bad obstetric history. Previously, people used to get married around 15, 20 or 18 or in the olden days even 13 years. So, old definition for bad obstetric history is if there are 3 consecutive abortions, one after the other, we call it as a bad obstetric history. But now, the age of marriage has increased. People are getting married about 24, 25 and afterwards also. So, we can't wait for 3 abortions and then start investigation and treat. So, age is very, very important. The definition has changed now. If there are 2 abortions in a row, one after the other, we call it as a bad obstetric history or repeated abortion. So, if anyone faces this problem, we have to thoroughly investigate, because there are many reasons for these abortions. Even in the nature, 12 to 15% of the pregnancies will result into abortions. So, if there is one abortion, we need not worry. But if there are 2 abortions, one after the other, then we have to be cautious. We have to investigate and find the reason. Abortions we classify into 3 groups. One, first trimester abortions, that is 12 weeks pregnancy, before 12 weeks pregnancy. Second trimester abortions, 4th month to 7th month, that is 13 weeks to 24 weeks. So, baby viability, we get at least baby should weigh 600 grams and at least baby should cross 26 to 28 weeks, then the baby viability will come. If there is any fetal loss after 28 weeks, that we call it as a premature delivery. So, whatever may be the reason, whether it is an abortion or it is a premature delivery, baby will not survive. So, we have to discuss almost all these reasons, and if we know what are the reasons, we can easily take the precautions. Coming to the reasons, first trimester abortions, we mostly think the reason could be genetic problems, chromosomal abnormality in the baby. Chromosomal abnormality can occur because of the abnormality in the egg or abnormality in the sperm, or in the process of fertilization. If there is any chromosomal abnormality, the balanced or unbalanced translocations or number problems, like every human being will have 46 XX in a female, 46 XY in a male. If there are 45 chromosomes or 47 chromosomes, these number problem will come. So, all of them end up in abortions. So, chromosomal abnormality is a very important reason for the first trimester abortions. Even elderly age group, women especially, age is for reproduction, age is very important for women. So, women above 37 years or above 40 years, if they conceive either naturally or with the help of the doctor, the resultant embryo can be chromosomally abnormal. Especially above 42 years, Down syndrome is very common. So, age is for a very important reason for female in a reproductive process, but we do not have a clear cut age demarcation in men. But above 50 or above 60, we may have problems even with the men. Coming to the other very common reason, previously one we call it as a corpus luteum deficiency. Once the egg comes out of the ovary, that is called the corpus luteum. Corpus luteum is the source of hormones, estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen and progesterone are very essential for the support of the endometrium, that is inner lining of the uterus. If corpus luteum does not work, if corpus luteum fails, these hormones will be low. So, support of the endometrium will not be there. So, baby will not get the nutrition and oxygen, that will result into abortion. Corpus luteum, previously there used to be a contradiction whether it is there or not, but of late, because of the stress and strain, this corpus luteum deficiency has become very common. some people, because in the soon after the pregnancy is confirmed, the chorion villi, that is placenta secretes HCG hormone. HCG hormone is a diabetogenic hormone. That's why we call it as a gestational diabetes. If a lady is not diabetic before pregnancy and we find diabetic during pregnancy, we name it as a gestational diabetes. This is due to the hormones. But those people will have the tendency to become diabetic in the future, because unless they have the diabetic tendency, even with the HCG hormone, people will not become diabetic. So, gestational diabetes is one important reason, because in the first 12 weeks, when the organogenesis is taking place, this strict control of the sugar is very important. Some other viral infections very common: toxoplasmosis, rubella, cytomegalovirus virus, herpes virus. These infections come and go subclinically. The person will not come to know that they had those infections. In those cases also, even though IgG is positive, any time if we are infected with any virus or bacteria, immunoglobulins will be there. So, immunoglobulins, IgG, IgM, IgA, three groups of immunoglobulins will be there. IgA will be there when the infection is active, but IgG is post infection. After the infection is gone, IgG will be revealed. Even if the IgG is high level than normal persons, that can also result in abortions. This is also one contradictory, but in practice we have seen, even if there is an IgG, thinking that there is already immune, but in those cases also we have given antiviral treatment and we have got a very good, fantastic results. So, another important reason for the abortions is infections inside the endometrium. We call it as a endometritis. So, endometritis is another important reason for abortion. And of late we even have to think about the stress. Many people are stressed out because of the job, or because of the various reasons people are facing stress. So, if person is subjected to stress, the body will give preference to deal with the stress rather than the reproductive hormones. That is why there will be a imbalance of the hormones and results into the abortion. Another second trimester abortions are mainly because of the uterine anomalies or uterine pathology. Uterine anomalies are those who by birth people get uterine anomalies. One is unicornuate uterus. Unicornuate uterus will be smaller than the normal uterus. So, uterus cannot hold till 9 months. Those people may deliver prematurely or abortion in the second trimester. The first and foremost common for the second trimester abortions is cervical incompetence. That is, the uterus is, we divide into cervix and body. The junction point is called internal os. Normally, internal os will be tightly closed and it will start getting opening as the pregnancy advances towards the 9 months. But some people, when there is a disproportion in the connective tissue and muscular tissue in the internal os, the internal os becomes weak. It can open any time 12 weeks, 13 weeks to second trimester. So, these result into abortions. Mostly they occur in the second trimester. So, whenever we take a history, the second trimester abortions identification is by way of history. The lady will tell, the pain is very less when she aborted, and painless bleeding, painless delivery, and first water comes out of the uterus. These two are the signs to diagnose incompetent cervix. So, other than uterine anomalies, uterine pathology. Uterine pathology, mostly fibroids. Fibroids are, it can be submucous, intramural or subserous. Subserous, they don't interfere with the pregnancy, but submucous and intramural fibroids, sometimes they interfere with the pregnancy. whenever there are fibroids, uterus constantly will be getting contractions. So because any foreign body in the uterus, it tries to eject it out, it has to push it out. That's why the more peristalsis will be there in the musculature, so that will lead into abortion. Adenomyosis, if the adenomyosis is there, blood circulation to the placenta can be affected. That also can result into abortions. And another, especially in Andhra Pradesh, people get married with the close relatives like uncle or uncle's son. So these two close related marriages can affect in the reproductive carrier, because the same if they inherit same genes, this immunomodulation doesn't occur during pregnancy. Because of that, the proteins produced by the sperm, that can be rejected. So because of that, the abortions will very common, especially in when a girl gets married uncle. So abortion rate is very high, or congenital abnormalities are also very high. But because very high means in the society, they see only neighbors, known people, but science analyzes a large number of people and come to a conclusion. That is why, even though these the congenital abnormalities and abortions are more in the consanguineous marriage, people still continue this process, because their analysis is their acquaintances who got aborted will be less. So they take it for granted, nothing will happen, and get into this kind of a close related marriages. But of late, many people stopped this, but there are so many stories, film stories on the this close related marriages, but that is not advisable. So another important reason is we are surrounded by lot of chemicals, toxins. So these toxins in the atmosphere, in the food, in the air, in the water, they also can cause abortions. If the sperm parameters, if there is a severe oligoasthenospermia, if the sperms are abnormal, if a male factor contributing for abortions, if semen parameters are not up to the mark, if there is a severe oligoasthenospermia, they may conceive, but it can result into abortion because of the fetus is chromosomally not normal. This is also very common reason for abortions. And hormonal imbalance, especially of late, everyone knows hypothyroidism has become very common, it has become epidemic. So if there is an hypothyroidism, the pregnancy may result into abortions. And hyperprolactinemia, if the prolactin hormone, prolactin is responsible for lactation. So if during lactation people don't conceive. Similarly, even if there is an hyperprolactinemia, that can result into abortions. Coming to the another reason, APL syndrome, antiphospholipid syndrome. Here there will be antibody to phospholipids, lupus anticoagulant, antinuclear antibody, anticardiolipin antibody. If these antibodies are there, the pregnancy may end up in abortion. Even bleeding clotting factors imbalance also can lead to abortion, especially protein S, protein C, factor 8, factor 5. If there are any problems in these things, that can result into abortions. So many reasons are there for abortion, especially for the first trimester abortions. So anybody has got 2 abortions continuously, we have to investigate thoroughly. Before pregnancy, certain tests, and soon after conception, certain tests we have to do. Soon after conception, or the within 5 days of postponement of periods, we have to do serum estrogen progesterone to know whether there is a corpus luteum deficiency or not, and do the scanning whether the pregnancy is inside the uterus or anywhere else, and do the GTT and HbA1c. So because this high level of the glucose can cause abortions. So these 2 things we have to do soon after missing the period. All other tests we have to do before, in between the pregnancies. And whatever reason we diagnose, that has to be treated before the couple proceeds to the next pregnancy, so that we can prevent all the reasons and take the couple, take the lady till the safe delivery of a baby. Okay, na? Thank you.